All right, let's get started. So, starting with the Euro pairs, we have EUR-MXN. This analysis was shared on the last weekly outlook. We have this new downtrend structure with lower lows and lower highs. Clean break. We also have a 61.8 fib. Let me extend. So, price perfectly tested the zone for the fib. Personally, I tried to enter on this one, but I set a sell limit over here. I tried to enter on this um, yeah, on this retest, very small retest, you can see, but price didn't fill my sell limit. It just continued dropping without giving without giving me any entry indication, so it was quite unfortunate. You can see that the H4 gave a very strong bearish engulfing candle on the level, confirming the trade. And yeah, pretty much just continued going short without giving me the chance to enter. But still, it's okay. Sometimes that can happen as well. Um, USGD, uh, this this trade I didn't take it as well because I don't trade USGD, but it was just shared for analysis purposes. I don't remember if this was shared on the last weekly outlook or the one before, but he actually respected that zone quite well. You could see that you always want to look for a clear trend. Here we have multiple levels broken to the upside, so clearly an uptrend. We have a level broken with fast candles, so strong bullish candles breaking the level in this case. For the downtrend, of course, it will be bearish candles, and also the retest on zone with the entry indication. So the entry indication is this case is the strong bullish engulfing candle, which confirms the level. Even though the trade went slightly below the level, it still kept a bullish structure. So as long as price doesn't break below, if price break below this low, let's say the low of the trend, is still considered valid as long as price comes back on the level. If price slightly breaks below the level and immediately comes back up, there's still a potential valid trade. And as you can see, it continued to trend higher. USD, this was actually a stop loss. I shared on last weekly outlook this head and shoulders setup. We clearly had the bearish engulfing candles rejection here, which was quite a good entry, as well as a confirmation below the low. This confirmed a bearish structure, as well as left shoulder head, neckline, and right shoulder. But instead, price after rejecting, it just continued higher without giving entry indication. This was a bit against the trend, overall trend. It would have been a little bit wiser to look for a head and shoulders up above here, where we have an important level of resistance. Here, I understand that it was quite aggressive to enter for the head and shoulders, and this also respected my analysis for the uptrend, where price rejected on the zone, broken with fast candle, and well, we also had a fib exactly on that zone. So we definitely continued the uptrend narrative, let's say. Um, so definitely it was quite aggressive, and now it's still trending higher with a bullish market structure. GBP-CHF, this trade was already covered on last weekly outlook, and it's pretty much a break retest on the daily time frame, where we are rejected on this daily time frame. We also rejected on the 61.8 with bearish engulfing candles, and on lower time frames such as the H1 and H4, price is still maintaining an overall bearish structure, although it's quite ranging and sideways. It's still overall making lower lows and lower highs, except for this rejection here. Uh, But yeah, I do see this one as still being a valid trade. So just keep holding this trade to a short with a target on this level. GBP and ZD, same thing. This was covered in the last weekly outlook and also the two outlooks ago. Price rejected from our level of interest for the head and shoulders setup. Um, there could have been 2.0 entries, either on this bearish engulfing candle, so setting a sell limit on half of this engulfing candle because it's quite big, so it wouldn't really allow a good risk reward ratio. And the second entry will be on the second retest where price rejected one more time with this candlestick. We had a quite a bearish candlestick engulfing the previous four candles. So this was another re-entry, and price gave another re-entry here with this rejection and this rejection here, which was a quite intense bearish engulfing candle. Uh, this could be also classified as sort of a head and shoulders formation, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So it was a body trade. I'm still holding to potentially this target 1 and target 2.
Yeah.
GBP/USD already covered on the last weekly outlook, rejected on the zone 61.8, 78.6. This was value trade to go long and hit the target very clearly on this high, so definitely good trade. USD/CHF, we covered in the last weekly outlook that this breaker retest to go short. You can see it more clearly on the H2 time frame where we had this clean break, this level, small level, but definitely valid. Where price rejected from the zone and now form a bearish structure. So we have a bullish retracement and bearish structure. So at this point, I'm not into any position, but if price manages to pull back on this zone, then I'll be considering a trade to go short. So I want to see price pulling back up here, reject, and potentially take a trade to go short to target this level below here. So we'll see how it goes. AUDSHF, they have been sharing this setup for ages. This is still a swing trade for the daily time frame to go short. If price pulls back on this level, I'll be waiting for an entry indication to go short. AUDNZD already tested that zone, broke below for the setup to go short. You could be looking for trades to go short on the retracement. Maybe an entry potential will have been here, shorting here, or shorting here. At the moment, I'm not really looking for a trade because it's quite a sideways market. So I really want to see a clear break on the H1 before looking for an entry to go short to continue this whole impulse to the downside, which, by the way, will probably target this lower area below at least. AUDUSD, this is the setup I showed you guys where I was in drawdown. It ended up being in profit and hitting the target, which is quite nice. This was correlated with GBP/USD, so it was a little bit aggressive. That's why I took less risk on GBP/USD. Um, so yeah, it very almost stopped out here. And the DCHF, this is a trade in drawdown. So price rejected on this level here for the short. So we are on the daily time frame. You can see the breaker retest to the short. Downtrend structure, strong bearish break, retest here. We also tested this trend line, even though I don't really look that much at trend lines, and also tested the 78.6 fib. Now market has been going on the sideways, so it's not a good situation, but I'm still holding the trade. Still the analysis is valid for a drop from here, as price is still rejecting on the zone, it's still keeping below our key level. So I'm still considering this trade valid. I hope this will drop on the upcoming week. So it'll probably be maybe to if CHF strengthens, that's a good scenario where we have entity CHF dropping. As a DJPY, it was an inverse head and shoulders on the daily time frame. Still, this was analyzed on the last weekly outlook. It's still a valid trade. Left shoulder, head, potentially a right shoulder. Not exactly the cleanest head and shoulders, uh, but I'm still considering this a potential buy opportunity. Cat JPY, this is a head and shoulders trade. This was again covered in the last weekly outlook. Even though Euro USD went to stop loss, these head and shoulders went to target, rejected that zone, bearish engulfing candle. Waited for market open where price dropped again with this candlestick that engulfed the previous candles. This was a three candlestick pattern. This candle engulfing this one and also this one here and this one here. Clearly a good entry indication to go short. On these head and shoulders targeting the lows ended up continuing higher, but still it didn't matter because price already hit the take profit. CHF JPY, this is a bit aggressive. I don't really like that much this trade because it's not the best clean break. As exactly on the break here, we have a bearish candle, which is not really that good. But if price pulls back on this zone and rejects along with the 61.8, I'll be considering entering this trade. But first, I would like to see price closing above those highs with a candlestick closure above the highs. So at the moment, it's still close below, as you can see. I understand that wicks closed above the high, but it's not enough. I want to see a candle closure above the highs, and even better if the candlestick closes above this high as well. But this will be still valid if candlestick closes above this high here. That will be a potential way to confirm a long setup on this trade, on this level. So if price closes above here and drops, we have a potential buy opportunity on this key level. UK oil, this not really much. US oil price is getting very close to a target level for the trade to go short. So if price comes back on 61.8 as well as this key level, then I'll be considering a trade to go short. It's very likely that this trade will start to play out next week. So you want to keep an eye on this pair and put on this commodity and potentially wait for a rejection on this zone here on the H4 time frames. Gold price, the bias still stays bullish. Um, Although I don't trade gold that much, the structure is maintaining bullish here after this retest. So you can consider this trade if price rejects from this point, makes a bullish engulfing candle and keeps itself above this level or around this level with a strong rejection, then this will be a potential entry indication to go long and target this high. So will be something like this. But it's not enough at the moment. I want to see price to reject and having a bullish reaction around this key area, as this will be a high probability trade, as this longer time frame trade on the long time frame we are uptrend. On the smaller time frame uh, we have formed a bullish structure with higher highs and higher lows, which is always a good signal. So yeah, that's pretty much all the trades I wanted to cover. I hope you guys took notes, or hope you guys will consider some of these trades for the upcoming week. As always, this will be immediately recorded on the YouTube channel and sent on Telegram and Discord so that you can rewatch and see if you have any trade you might be interested in taking. Wish you guys a great trading week. Bye bye.